The Stag of Winter. It looks hungry.
Come on already! Just come back with me. I don't care how hungry you are.
Mimir, Odin's mask. How do you hear about it in the first place?
He said a voice spoke to him one night, entreated him to collect the mask and control his own fate. I still think it's all a bunch of bollocks. Odin got drunk, convinced himself a wooden mask would solve all his problems, and pranced about the realms until he found a sufficiently mysterious bauble to fit the bill. Mask probably doesn't do anything at all.
Yeah, probably.
Looks like your axe is due for some attention. Boy, I'm glad this axe is in your hands. Now, was there something else?
Appreciate it.
Atreus, I've been considering your question about whether Groa's deception made a difference. I think of it this way. When it comes to subverting prophecy, knowledge is power. Without the full picture and context, the finer details can lead you to tragically incorrect interpretations. Back in my homeland, I was privy to the operations of a certain coven of heath witches who were keen on destabilizing the government. They picked an influential Thane, an otherwise loyal man, and fed him a story of his own ascension to king. They dressed it up in enough details they knew would come to pass, so when they did, the Thane took it as confirmation. Next thing you know, he's helping matters along. He murders his king, sleeping under his own roof. Murders many he once called friends, too, thinking them fated to oppose him. Then, for a finishing touch, the witches revisit this usurper. With just a few details structured ever so misleadingly, they convinced the fool he was invulnerable to all threats.
Physical or magical?
Aye, aye. But 'twas not so for him. All turned into a rather magnificent bloodbath as they go. The Thane ends up without his head and a name so cursed none dare speak it. All thanks to a subtly deceptive prophecy.
You've really got to write these stories down one day, Mimir.
Well, I try. Jaw tends to get sore, but thank you, lad.
Now that I've spent time in Asgard, it's strange to imagine Magni and Modi there. Sif raised them both, right? She seems like a good mom. Maybe a little overprotective.
A good mother. Not the Sif I knew. In a culture as debaucherous as the Aesir, being a paragon of womanhood meant being a fierce fighter and a fiercer drinker. She and Thor seldom knew a moment's sobriety, whether brutally dealing with their enemies or, just as brutally, raising those boys.
What do you mean?
Oh, little brother. I know you didn't have an easy childhood, but you can't fathom how much worse it can get. Imagine learning discipline by having it thrashed into you time and again. That was Thor's approach, the same one Odin used on him. A poisonous notion of manhood passed down through generations. A grim inheritance, leaving all of them the poorer.
Well, Sif doesn't drink anymore. Neither of them do.
I am quietly flabbergasted to hear it.
I get the sense it's more recent for him, but I know he loves his daughter.
I expect that's the explanation. Sif goes straight in hopes that raising a good daughter will redeem their past failures. Thor struggles. Maybe she gives him an ultimatum after some breaking point or other.
Like what he did to Modi, that night he found us.
Oh, that's a deft guess, lad. And if that ultimatum worked, well, good for them. Truly.
You again. I hope you're back to clean up the mess that extra head of yours made.
We have done it.
Doesn't fix what I did, but hopefully it makes things a bit better. Let's be off, brother.
Your hammer.
Thanks. Might not mean much with Odin's goons stomping around the city, but folks see this and they'll know we haven't completely given up. Not yet. Never expected to see this thing again.
So I got the sense Vanaheim wasn't supposed to be so humid. Was that the effect of Fimbulwinter there?
To a great extent, it seems.
So Midgard had endless night and cold. Svartalfheim had earthquakes. Alfheim had the light randomly pulsing. But Asgard didn't seem to be having any effects at all.
Odin had a long time to prepare.
No change I noticed in Helheim or Muspelheim either, now that I think of it. The more primordial realms might be less susceptible.
How do you suppose Jotunheim is faring?
How would I know?
Just training your powers of speculation.
I don't know. If nobody's there to see, does it even matter?
I saw Durlin again, too. After we forged the spear, Odin appeared. He had Durlin with him, threatening him, as if he knew I would know him.
But if Odin knew all along, then while we were pretending not to know each other, he was pretending not to see through us. Man, he really is a good liar. Look over there. Another of Garm's realm tears.
Lad, Am I right in getting the sense you've actually gotten to know Thor's daughter somewhat?
Yeah, Thrude's great. Wants to be a Valkyrie one day. And she deserves to be. Of course, I told her all about the Valkyries we faced, but I'm not sure how much she believes me. Didn't go great when I tried to tell her stories about her grandfather, though.
Anyone can have a blind spot when it comes to family. Some only learn the truth in the hardest way.
So, Father's new spear. It's made out of a ring?
Drop me your eye. Forged by the Huldra brothers as a gift for Odin.
How's it work?
Every so often, the Dropnir drips out identical copies of itself. The Huldras presumably figured that if one golden ring was a good gift, an infinite number of them would earn them a permanent place in Odin's heart.
But it didn't.
Not even a little. Brothers, how did you manage to kill Garm anyway?
We killed him a few times, actually, but it didn't take. And I figured maybe the way to stop a soulless beast was to give it a soul. So I gave it the one I had on me.
I beg your pardon?
Fenrir. Remember the light Father saw? The accidental magic I did when Fenrir died? That was part of Fenrir's soul going into my knife. Once I figured that out, I just put Fenrir into Garm.
Clever one, lad! A gigantic hell beast with the soul of a loyal pup. Bloody brilliant!
Realm tear made by Garm. We're gonna close it, right? That's almost got it. Rifa! Rifa! Halfway there.
Let's find the rest. Aye, brothers?
Atreus, follow me.
Mimir, do you know Garm? Why was he locked up to begin with?
Ah, Hell's feral sentinel. Well, believe it or not, Midgard was once bigger. Until Garm, then just a wee pup, got peckish.
He ate Midgard?
Only a few mountain ranges. And the 5th season that comes after winter but before spring. And the word for the feeling when you get so hungry, you stop being hungry.
You're messing with me.
I would never.
Mimir, if I hadn't accidentally put Fenrir's soul into my knife, he would have gone to the light of Alfheim when he died, right?
Aye. Were he a god or a human who died in battle, a Valkyrie would have taken him to Valhalla or Folkvanger. Had he been a human or god who died outside of battle, he'd been cast down to Helheim. But Fenrir was a wolf, so his soul would have joined all the others in Alfheim.
Like mothers.
Yes, like your mothers.
Tear over there.
Behind you!
Rifa.
Behind you! Look out!
That's off. Rifa. Almost got it. That's off. Rifa.
Watch your left!
That's off. Rifa. Rifa. That's off. Rifa. Mimir, you said souls come in 4 parts. Does that mean you can lose some of your soul, but not all of it?
Aye. Form, mind, direction, and luck. Lose any one of them and the entire being suffers. Still, sometimes luck alone is enough. Just ask your father.
My success does not come from luck.
Ah, the refrain of the eternally lucky.
I think there's another Rumtear Garmate over there. Yasa, Rifa.
Behind you! Look out!
Rifa! Yasa, Rifa. Yasa, Rifa!
Behind you! Look out!
Almost got it! Rifa. That's off. Rifa!
Left side, brother!
That's off. Rifa.
Behind you, brother!
That's off. Rifa!
All of Garm's handiwork has been fixed.
Good. I am. Glad.
Well, how about that?
I'm glad too. Feels good to fix my mistake. Should we tell Rossbugger?
Perhaps.
Back to Svartalfheim, huh?
We must always be on the hunt for resources.
Sounds good.
I'd be happy to upgrade the Leviathan for you. Now that's an axe worthy of legend. Have we more to talk about?
I wanted to tell you. I read something in Odin's library about what Gjallarhorn is supposed to do. If blown by a god, it sounds through all the realms and harmonizes the space between them. Blow it somewhere like Tyr's temple, and it would be like opening up all the realm travel towers at once.
It's quite a vulnerability. Wonder why he didn't just destroy it.
Some artifacts defy destruction.
Well, we should make Freya aware of this.
Hello, the boss wants to talk to you. Well, look who made progress finding lean worms. Oh, go on now, ring the chime, show the boss what you got.
How lucky. I have need of your help.
Here's what I found.
What a rambunctious bunch.
Speak.
The tree has become rather overgrown. And if it grows too wildly, the branches risk getting too heavy and falling, which is not ideal considering they hold all the realms.
I am no gardener.
What an absolute shock. No, I do not require any horticultural skills from you, but I would ask that you keep an eye open for the stags of the 4 seasons. They normally graze upon the tree and keep it tidy. Unfortunately, Bitter decided it would be funny to trick Arrogant into releasing them. If you happen to find the stags during your travels, I would greatly appreciate assistance in bringing them home. I would have one of my spectral squirrels do it, but they, well, keep eating the feed I give them. Consequence of it being the most delicious food in all the 9 realms, I suppose.
We have seen these stags.
Great. Then all you need is some feed. Once you've found a stag, the feed should calm them down. Then one of my spectrals will guide them back here. And, don't eat the feed, please.
I will not.
Vigilance asked me if I was too chicken to release them, but I am in fact not chicken-like whatsoever. So as you can see, I had no choice.
Yes, of course. What else could you have done? While normally this would be a harmless prank, Fimbulwinter prevented the stags from returning, and now they have long since scattered to parts unknown.
It was worth it.
Now then, any luck finding those lean worms?
Not your early talking. You are the best. You have always been the best. Hey, tell her she's pissed. Oh! Back! The heroes of the hour. I want everything. I mean, when you're ready, I'm not giving orders here, am I?
Try to rest, Ingvi. Let the herbs work.
Oh, they do very well. Because you make things better. You always have. Since we were kids. I find a new way to get into trouble. And you find a way to make it better.
Well, that's certainly true.
You know, we used to lead Vanaheim together when we were young. Not much older than you, to be honest. Well, she did the leading. I just tried to keep things fun. Leadership, not really my strong suit, let's be honest.
Really? Pretty devoted.
No. I can inspire people, I guess. And get them to see the best in themselves, you know? I don't know. More
Like amused?
wait.
Amused. Father told me about that. In his homeland, they inspired all kinds of artists.
What? I love that. Job? Well, why don't we have that? Oh, man. I could totally do that.
I think they were all goddesses, though.
Well, come on. It's not fair. That's not fair. I would be a natural. Oh. What were we talking about?
Ingvi, you must rest. You understand? You must. Please, just stop talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. Someone was gonna fill us in on what happened with Heimdall, right? Is that what's happening?
Patience.
Hey, you think Sindri's got any more snacks?
Enough.
Look at that. You really did it. How, in all the 9 realms, did you manage to kill Heimdall?
I knew our spear would do the trick. Well, happy Ragnarok, everybody! Let's drink.
Is it true? Heimdall's dead. I can't believe it. There's no stopping it now. Odin swore peace only so long as you spilled no more Aesir blood.
I refuse that deal.
Yet he honored it. But now...
But what? You and I know better than anyone that Odin's promises never last. We have the advantage now. It's time to bring him down.
No.
None of you understand what's coming. Odin's vengeance will be his only concern.
Not his only concern. The mask. Whatever knowledge it unlocks, that's what Odin wants more than anything. If I go back to Asgard,
Go back. Go back.
Look. If I can finish what I started there, awaken the mask, get answers, maybe that's our way out of this. But I gotta go soon. Before they figure out what's happened.
Atreus, you are home. Do not ask me to put you at risk again.
He's at risk where he stands, Kratos. We all are.
Anything we do or don't do is dangerous right now. But Odin needs me. He trusts me. I'll be safe there. From a tactical perspective, am I wrong?
I don't much like it, but it is our best play. Dividing Odin's focus would buy us time.
And give us a pair of eyes in the enemy's inner sanctum.
But if there is truly a source of infinite knowledge, you can't let Odin have it.
Aye. And once he has what he needs from you...
Then I lose my leverage. I get it. I'll be smart. Father, I can do this.
Remember our promise.
You too.
I hope you know what you're doing.
I do too, Sin.
Well, I still want to hear how you did it.
You mean how we did it?
You have me. And therein lies a tale.